my name is Tiffany Freeman, and I'm the interim director of Amazing Life Games for this year. I also teach in the part-time classroom, and I'm going to give you just a little tour of our space. So in a typical year, we spend a good bit of time outside, kind of a minimum of at least an hour, usually a lot more. This year with COVID, we're actually having outdoor classrooms, so we basically spend all day outside. So we've set up 3 spaces. Each one is an outdoor classroom, and we rotate through those weekly. So this is our side yard space, and this is half of it. We've sectioned it off with a little temporary fence, and so out here we have stumps to climb on. There's logs to walk on. We have a digging area over here that I can show you. We have some open space for just balls or other games like What Time Is It, Mr. Wolf, or some of those kinds of games. We have some rope here that we have a couple of different swings that we'll hang up. We have a big swing that several kids can ride on, and then we also have a smaller swing that is a single person swing. Over here is our digging area, which often becomes a pizza parlor or a bakery. There's some pots and pans and shovels and things, or it's just a great place to dig and look for treasure or worms or whatever you can find. We like to encourage a lot of dramatic play and imaginative thinking, and so we have a lot of just open-ended items and space that can become anything you can dream up or imagine. This year we do have some outdoor cubby space, so kids can they come in and they put their stuff in their outdoor cubbies. This is one of this side's circle time space, so we have our stumps that are spaced out, and we have circle time here in the morning. We also have our garden area, which we in particular get a lot more into gardening in the spring, but we also do some gardening a little bit in the fall. We have some kale growing right now and some herbs, and once again, in typical years, we like to do a lot of cooking projects and use stuff from our gardens for cooking. This year we're not doing that as much because of COVID, but it's a really nice, just wooded outdoor space that we can use and have some natural space. So I'll go show you the other side, and you can also take a look. I'll show you the courtyard too. So this is the other half of the side yard, which is our one of our other classrooms for this year. We also, in addition to using this space, we like to take walks around the neighborhood. We're also super close to Rock Creek Park, and so we often will take little mini field trips over to Rock Creek Park and go explore over there, take little hikes. Once again, this space has a lot of open-ended play areas and places to explore. We have a variety of stumps kids can walk on and climb. We also have some spaced out that they use for the circle time over here. This side has a nice wooded area that's great when we play hide and seek. There's a tree that's our climbing tree that kids can climb and work those muscles, build those muscles. And we also, this side has the art easel. I don't know if you can see over here that we'll bring out paint. We'll do paint on the easel, or sometimes we bring out shaving cream and they can do a little shaving cream exploration, lots of sensory activities. So this year with COVID, we have groups of less than 10, so it's 8 kids and 2 teachers. But even in a typical year, our ratios are still pretty small. This year it's 4-to-1, but in a typical year, our maximum ratio is generally about 7-to-1 max. So it's nice, small groups, small ratios. And why don't we go over and take a look at the courtyard? Come on. So here we are. This is our courtyard space. So here we have some bikes. There are some playhouses. Once again, more space for just creative dramatic play. They switch things around sometimes and bring out different materials. We might bring out some art materials. We do chalk out here. We do bubbles, and we get the ladder out and climb the ladder. So just a really nice space for creative play.
Hi everyone, I'm Patrick. So ALG and play-based learning, what does that mean? It means we don't have worksheets. It means that we're learning everything through playing. Things like hide and seek, all right? We're counting to 20, we're counting to 10, we're counting to as high as we can go. One-to-one correspondence in games like, what time is it, Mr. Wolf? People will shout out, what time is it, Mr. Wolf? And whoever the wolf is will shout out a random number between 1 and 10. 8 o'clock. And so students now have to count 1-to-1 all the way up to 8, taking 8 steps. Sometimes we'll say minus 2 o'clock, so students take 2 steps backwards. This is the starting conversation of playing through adding and subtracting. All right, playing with blocks. We learn geometry skills, we learn physics, we learn just the basic shapes that surround us in the world. We also play using stories. This helps us with story sequencing. This helps us with beginning, middle, end, and how the basic structure of a story is. So that way when students start creating their own stories and playing them out, they can come up with their own problem-solving solutions. And in that, sometimes someone might have a big idea and someone else might have a big idea, and their own conflict may arise. Through play, these students are going to be able to negotiate that and navigate that together because they're making and creating a story together. What else? What else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, whenever we're out here, out in the side yard, and we're playing out in nature, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for them to contextualize the world around them and play using science. We play all the time, search for a sign of nature. So they'll run around, they'll pick up a leaf, and they'll try to identify that leaf, and we'll talk to them, but students will also talk to each other. Once they learn the vocabulary through play, they'll say, this is a holly leaf. They'll be like, no, that's a laurel leaf. But they're playing and they're learning together. Yeah, I think
Hi, my name is Quan, and I've been a teacher here at ALG since 2011. In my experience, ALG has given back a lot to the community, and not just our small community, but we've also gone to a lot of establishments where elderly people live, and we've been able to entertain them and prepare cards for them. But within our community, say for example, I had a surgery a few years ago. ALG made a card for me and sent me soup as well. And we do that for mothers that are expecting, as well as families that may be going through difficult times with losses, with funerals, or just any traumatic event, because sometimes life happens, and it's good to have a community that has your back.
Hi, my name is Natasha Ninadovich, and I have been a teacher with Amazing Life Games for the past 27 years. One of the most important things that we do teach children at Amazing Life Games is self-sufficiency. And one of the ways that we do that is by having them walk into the school on their own, carrying their own lunchbox or their backpack, teaching them how to change their socks, their shoes, a lot of self-help skills. So when they go to the bathroom, they will need to be able to take care of themselves. For lunch, we help them learn how to open and close their own containers, how to clean up after themselves, and all together be very self-sufficient that they could carry on when they go into higher grades. Here at Amazing Life Games, we teach children conflict resolution, which is a very important skill that will last them a lifetime. Conflict is inevitable, and only by experiencing it, children can learn how to navigate through problem solving. We don't make children say sorry here at ALG. What we like for them to do is come together, express their own feelings, be able to listen to each other, and come to a resolution together.
Hi there, my name is Ilana, and I am the parent of 2 ALG alumni and the aunt to 3 ALG alumni. So my family's been at ALG for a very long time. I really feel like ALG has been a home away from home for myself and for my children. Both my kids had a lot of separation anxiety when they first started at school, and the ALG staff just handled it so amazingly to just kind of let them work through their sadness to come to the other side of it, and they both have developed such an amazing ability to sort of feel their emotions as a result of that, I think. In addition, I think ALG has given them a sense of creativity and social justice that is really unlike any other preschools in the area that I have heard of. My son, who is now 9 years old, I think as a result of the work that he did at ALG, continues to be a puppeteer, magician, writer, and just creative guy in so many ways. And I think that was really nurtured in him from the time he was really little at ALG. So we just can't say enough good things about our experience there, and we are so sad that we are no longer there because my kids have aged out. But it's been a great experience, and I would recommend it to anybody. Thanks.
Hey, my name's Michael Earls, and I'm a parent of 2 boys who recently finished up terrific experiences at ALG. And one of the things I love about the community and the school is its treatment of kids and recognizing that even small children are capable of a lot of self-directed learning and discovery and even responsibility. The way that they teach conflict resolution was always really kind of telling to me. Instead of encouraging children to say, I'm sorry if one would, take a toy from someone else, they teach kids to say, what can I do to make you feel better, and to take ownership over their actual peer-to-peer interactions. And that was always a kind of a great reflection and embodiment of the larger philosophy of the school. And also just the teachers themselves are incredibly committed, incredibly dedicated to the vision of the school. So glad you're exploring it, and hope you join the ranks also of really happy ALG family.
While we are primarily outside this year, we do also have 3 indoor classroom spaces. So this is our part-time classes classroom. You'll see we have dramatic play area here, some puzzles, a little reading area, as well as some science exploration. You can check out with the magnifying glasses. We have art area, table for art or science. There's some room over here for block building, a little quiet nook. And all of the classes are set up with these types of areas where there's reading and science and art, books, blocks, things like that. We do a lot of work with helping kids build muscle strength, both in their hands and in their core. This helps them be better prepared for when they go to elementary school, to be able to sit and do writing and some of those things that they're expected to do when they're in elementary school. Ways that we build that strength here, we do a lot of work with clay. We do work with squirt bottles, so they might use squirt bottles to water plants, or do games with clothespins. We also, of course, work on the core strength when we're climbing trees, or they might do games where they're wheelbarrowing each other, things like that. Let's go check out some of the other rooms. There's our guinea pigs, the greenhouse with our snake habitat. We have books and dramatic play. We also, up here, we have our toad habitat. We raise pollywogs in the spring and watch them change into toads. Our ducks classroom.